Again, Satchel. Satchel. Oh my god. Stuka, run. Stuka, bad Stuka. Go back. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 here bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 2v2 on the map Road to Kharkov. We got Flanker and Veteran Punisher versus QAce and Darth Ovalsodatin. This is a 2v2. Literally, this is after all the replays I did today with doing live casts for the tournament. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying that in terms of my me casting more pro games, but this was submitted by a fan, and I'll gladly take one submitted by you guys. Submit to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and I'll take a look. That being said, I won't reveal that person's name just because of the fact that, well, I want to keep this game interesting, and if you knew how it's going to end, that would kind of suck. Or at the very least, if you knew how or who won. Well, actually, I take that back, because actually a lot of people have been submitting replays recently where they lost. So, I don't know. I'll just keep going with it. Anyway, we got Darth Ovalsodatin going Yag Tiger. We got Veteran Punisher. I keep wanting to say Punisher. Going on assault, so we should be able to detect what the Germans are deploying, which hopefully will counter. And Flankers going really good infantry focus on forward bases, better infantry upgrades, and of course, awesome Stormvic rocket strike. I mean, come on, it's pretty great. So we'll see how they do in this 2v2 setup. But yeah, when you do submit a replay, make sure you have your name, your information regarding the description of the replay, so that, again, that way you can know what it is about, and also thank you. And then finally, no mods and no AI if possible. So unless it's like last 5 minutes, that's fine, but don't have like 3 people drop halfway through and be like, I won the game. I wonder why. But anyway, Stern Pioneers trying to cap mid, having some issues with some long-range infantry opening fire. They do capture the point, being on the outskirts. Meanwhile, we got some engineers in the building. Volk squad's trying to move on in against it, but we got 2 actual engineer squads with a scout car and a penal on the front. Meanwhile, Stern Pioneer being pushed back by that penal squad. Conscripts pouring on in by Flanker. Kubel trying to hold the line. You got some Volk squads moving on in. Panzerfusiliers, again, brought to you by Breakthrough, trying to hold up with some Stern Pioneers. Another Breakthrough Panzerfusilier being made. Kubel trying its best, but unfortunately taking a lot of shots. Volk squad putting shots in a long Panzerfusilier, push back the penal. Again, just a straight up fight. Both sides are in medium cover, but it looks like the Germans have a bit more firepower behind them. Scout car on standby. Kind of curious as to why he's just sitting there, unless he's going to get a flame unit. That would be great. Then burn him out with a nice little clown car. But right now we have a push by conscripts moving along. Again, a lot of conscripts by Flanker. Makes sense with the doctrine he picked. He can get PTRS rifles and just really push forward. Plus, he can drop additional equipment that could help him advance. And then, of course, conscripts are always just great in numbers. Even if they may sacrifice themselves, they're pretty damn good. Stern Pioneers trying to get the cover, but they do lose a model. Conscripts over here die without really doing much damage to that unit. There should be enough German forces here. This conscript squad will be beaten, but at the very least, it was doing a delaying tactic. Now, it's in a building that's on fire, so he's going to slowly be roasted. Now, luckily, he gets out. He should be able to retreat and get back to base. Some fighting going on left. Stern Pioneer squad trying to fight. Again, better in cover, Darth. So, you know, hopefully, next time you move on, try to get that cover to hold. I wonder if Darth Ovalsodatin is like kind of like Darth Maul. It's like, formerly Darth, now just Maul. It's like, formerly Darth, now just Ovalsodatin. I've been watching a lot of Star Wars, Clone Wars ever since that finale. Like, the highlight moments. Oh, God. Oh, and, of course, Star Wars Rebels right after. So, there's a lot. Look, I know people get shit on Clone Wars for some episodes. People shit on Rebels, but goddamn, there's a lot of good episodes. They really redeem the prequels in many ways. But the prequels still are trash in many regards. But anyway. Oh, God. Yes, it's sand. It's coarse. Oh, really? Thanks, Anakin, for that amazing dialogue. Anyway. Scout car with the flamethrower managed to push back the Germans. That was going on that Star Wars tangent. Penal troops advancing. Again, very good infantry. A little more costly than conscripts, but they can definitely do a lot of work. Panzerfusilier getting very right there. Again, could AT grenade if I was paying attention. Meanwhile, they're trying to go for this to cut off the resources to the Germans, which would be a huge plus. Flamethrower pushing them back. Meanwhile, some conscripts and engineers fighting on the right. Already blocking the cover over here so the Germans can't use it. Conscript squad behind the cover. as well as over here. But it looks like the Soviets should be able to win that fight. Again, one also thing I forgot to mention. Wait, did he lose the Panzerfusilier squad? I think he did. Oh my god. I think they burned to death. Well, that's fine. Placing a mine down to kind of hold that point. We have a Pace trying to be built, but he can't do it until the point reconnects. So, yeah, gonna have some issues there. Meanwhile, yeah, Soviets trying to grab the points. And Volk Squad trying to grab right. So at least there's some resources they're getting. I take that back. It's decap. They're not getting anything. Stern Pioneers trying to fight, but the conscripts just putting a lot of pressure on them. We have a Dushka inbound from the Soviet Air Force. Very nice to see. And, yeah, hopefully they'll grab that point. Conscripts just rushing on in there. No ET grenades yet, so he doesn't have to worry. Oh, God, we have Scavenge Doctrine. And it can be good. Look, I criticize it, but it has some good pros. I just think things are better. But in this 2v2 environment, I think the pros are definitely a lot more likely to have a devastating effect than, or in a 1v1 than, let's say, in a 4v4 environment. But anyway. Infantry opening fire. Oh, nice mine. And yeah, he gets roasted. I love how he put in cover. Like, yes, come to cover right this way. Absolutely. And you're dead. So, good use there. Use the enemy's, use that cover against the enemy, because that's where they would go. Oh, it's green. Let's go there. Penal's grabbing that point. And once again, Germans definitely on the back foot. Well, I guess this game's over, so we'll just wrap things up and end it there. Hopefully it's not. That would be a very quick game. But anyway, so German forces trying to reorganize, hopefully. Medical's back at base so they can heal up. Mechanized back at base, hopefully they get some armor. Again, right now, Darth Sadan has the ability to get himself a Panzer II if he saves up just like for another minute. The Soviets do have, again, hopefully they'll get AT grenades. They have armor-piercing rounds they could also use. The other Soviet player does have penals, which are notorious for their PTRS rifles and satchels, especially the ones that literally will track a vehicle, just heat-seeking. It's amazing. But, yeah, so they have at least AT potential. Whether they'll actually use it is another question. We have a mine right there. He looks like he's going around. Don't know if he saw it or what. This squad's being pushed back. Again, only one with actual upgrade. Let's see. Was it CZ currently has no Volk squads with upgrades. Not ton munitions. He uses it. A nice incendiary, though. Penal squad very low on health, but looks like he'll make it. Back to base. Germans recapturing territory. Good to see. He's going for there. Like, no, I'm not going. He probably placed something there. Do we have minesweepers? We don't have mines. Okay. Hey, Frank. Go get the cover. I love how he's pausing. He's like, hey, Panzer Fusiliers, you go. Oh, fine. I'll take it. Oh, he's going around. Conscripts pushing on in. The Kubel, again, still alive, trying to do what it can. We have one Dushka's on here. Where's the other one? I don't know where it dropped, but hopefully... oh, okay, right in front of the base. That makes sense. But yeah, double Dushka, not a bad idea. Very powerful MGs that will shred the Germans with ease. Meanwhile, German forces are pushing left. Hopefully they grab some BPs to stop the bleed, because right now they're almost 100 points down. Not a great way to start a match. Dushka, though, opening fire. Unfortunately, he's in cover. Once he leaves, that's going to be a different story, and he'll be suppressed. But the engineer is in cover, so we can just kind of stay there and take the shots with really no main issues, I would say. Probably the biggest concern might be the, well, if he tries to advance on one single MG, he could possibly hit from two different angles. But I don't think he would, because one really can't take as many shots as the other. So, especially against the Dushka, you can't really stand up, so you can just quickly redeploy, or possibly have support nearby that you don't see. Punchful Series opening fire, but again, I think the penals are just being, yeah, they're just delaying themselves. So like, okay, cool, we'll just wait here. In the meantime, Dushka will go in the building to suppress and really cause a lot of damage to you guys. And of course, shred the cover, why not? But at least Germans are getting resources again. Nice mine! So it's like, wait a second, we're supposed to be the one with mines. But anyway, countering, good job with the minesweeper, so at least cleared that right up. And also to point out, the Soviets do have a greater potential for resources because they have cash access where the OKW does not. So that's something they'll have to watch out for. But at the very least, Darth is keeping an eye on those mines. Oh, so the Soviets, they have minesweepers too. And the Sturmofficer will be forced back, hopefully allowing them to take the point. But we have a support gun opening fire, thanks to Kuis. Or I'm just going to call him CZ. Great kill with the Sturm Pioneer Squad. Gets a nice kill on that Engineer, which, you know, removes the Minesweeper from the Soviets. Meanwhile, Puma going in, knocks out the Scout car. So the Puma is going wild. A T-70's on the field now. Against the Puma, he's going to need some support. Right now, Veteran does not have anything. The Soviets don't have even AT grenades. It's 10 minutes, guys. Get your AT of some variant. Because that Kubel and that Puma will cause you a lot of grief if you don't do it soon. MG kind of trying to help guard mid, hopefully allowing the Germans the ability to take mid and hopefully gain some more territory. T-70 advancing. Oh, Kubel barely alive. Holy cow. But he does manage to get out of there. Penals, again, probably going to pull on back just because of the incoming German infantry and the Puma fire. Still, the Allies are putting pressure on the Germans. My biggest question, though, is the lack of AT. Where is it? And can the Germans... Well, how do I say this nicely? Can they get that support? Oh, sorry. Can the Allies get the support out to fight the German armor soon? That's probably the best way to say it. Anyway, look, I've casted for 6 hours today. If I'm starting to lose my mind, that's unfortunate. So, but, you know, it's a necessary progress after you cast for so long. Your mind just becomes mush, and you just start speaking random gibberish, which is probably why I went on the Star Wars tangent, because I was just talking about a show I watched. Also, please watch Invaded. It's great. That dub has not come out yet, so I watched the sub. If the dub doesn't come out and there's a good sub, I'll watch it. And the sub on there is pretty good. Anyway. And also the dub was pretty good. But anyway, conscripts pushing on in. Hopefully breeding back the MG. The Canwerfer's on the field. So at least the Germans have AT. They're also getting a Panzer headquarters. Nice. So they'll be able to lock down this territory. Also good coverage by it. There's a lot of different areas of that. Again, not only is it protected by the high walls, but they also can fire against the enemy and cause a lot of suppression. Plus grenades going off. Conscript gets annihilated. Great use right there. Puma is still firing pop shots against infantry. Gotten 7 kills, and only 1 of them is a vehicle. So, decent support. Sturmofficer clearing mines and taking over more positions. Nice. T-70's on the field still, even though it took some shots. Now, the question is, what is Flanker going? He is just going straight up, so I like it. A little bit of teamwork. Veteran goes for the light stuff. Flanker goes for the heavier variants, and he will get it. He has enough fuel to deploy a T-34. Now, you could say, Greyshot, T-34. Puma can still get the upper hand. Sure, but that's if he's good at micro. T-34, though, has definitely more damage-dealing potential. So if the Puma is not careful and maybe hits a mine, he could easily be annihilated. So we'll see if he's able to keep this thing going. Meanwhile, the damage potential of a Kubel is astronomically high. Like, this thing is a mini nuke launcher on the field. I'm not making that up. It is incredibly devastating to the enemy. So, and especially if it's Vet 5. It's like Exodia. It just wipes the enemy from field of play. Of course, again, I don't want to show that, so I removed that feature. But again, most games, you unlock a 5-star Kubel, it just instantly wins. It's great. So, Soviet forces opening fire, trying to hold the point, and the flamethrower is burning them alive. Alright. Penal's being suppressed. Panzerfusileer is still trying to put up damage with the Volk squad, but the Soviets looks like they're about to push in pretty with a decent amount of forces, hopefully take this point. T-70's like, no, your MG's gonna go. Puma, where are you? Okay, it's rapidly redeploying over to the left-hand side. Support gun hitting the barrel, missing the conscript. Pulling on back, again, my biggest complaint is where's the AT? Where's your form of AT? German force over here actually having a good amount of forces. Artillery, AT, MG. You're looking at a pretty nice sweep here. They need to take this point in some capacity. Opening fire, doing again, keeping the Axis at bay while the conscripts make sure they hold that point. So it looks like the Allies, their main idea here is just keep the pressure going. Also, nice kill at the MG up, probably from the T-70. Stuka coming on in, destroys some cover and the building, but doesn't kill any infantry. That was a complete waste of a hit. Unless you're trying to kill cover, then I guess maybe it's successful. Anyway, additional OKW forces moving on in. Actually, no, they're moving back to mid. Oh, okay, we got a Volk squad trying to take the point. Another mine going off there. Hold on. Kubel, no! Alright, there goes the Kubel. Dang it. Oh, I was hoping for it. Puma opening fire. T-70, again, still alive, but now we have a T-34. Earlier today, I've seen light vehicles just annihilate more heavily armored forces, hopefully, and it's funny because it was actually a bit of a tag team. So hopefully the T-70 can team up with the Puma, not Puma, that'll be amazing, Soviet Puma, but with the T-34 and overwhelm the Puma, hopefully they get some infantry support. That's always imperative. Meanwhile, Dushka is saying, okay, we're just going to take this point. Also, I'm really noticing a lot of German mines. Holy cow, he has work cut out for him. But hey, he got mines down. Unfortunately, it's in a position where the Soviets are not going, or will be it, but hey, it's at least down for future use. Medical going down. This is incredibly far forward. This is put in perspective, this is a hell no position, because essentially you are so close to the front, a Katyusha could fire and be totally safe for the most part. Like, unless you had something like a direct strike, which, I mean, not really, in terms because that would also be need of recon, which I guess you could do like a flare option, but it could be farther back than that. But anyway, Puma taking a lot of damage. T-70 coming in from the side. Oh my god, Axe is being enveloped a little bit. And with the infantry still in the front, plus again, they stole the MG-34, so now they're being suppressed. They can heal, but I don't know how effective that's going to be. T-70 dies from the Ostwind, or I believe. So, good job there. Again, I don't know why he was just charging in. Oh, he might have been trying to charge the Stuka. That's probably why. Puma's still here, but T-34 backs up, trying to wait. Do we have repairs? Oh, okay, they're falling back, so he'll get repairs. Again, Satchel. Satchel. Oh my god! Stuka, run. Stuka, bad Stuka, go back. The Stuka's like, alright, we need you to target this position, move up and target this position. They're like, okay, move up to that position and target the enemy. No, wait, that's not what we said. But the Allies are taking the left-hand side. We got a small push by CZ. But Flanker got his own T-34, although for Kenwerfer, as we saw earlier, he's good with AT and has something to hold the enemy back. Also, he has 2 support guns and 2 for Kenwerfers. Yeah, that's annoying for the Soviets. I'll give them that. But the Soviets are also getting a Katyusha, so yeah, Katyusha could deal an incredible amount of damage at point range firing. Now, instead of throwing a satchel for whatever reason, instead we get Cervix Strike coming on in, which will at least keep the infantry at bay. So I'll give them that. Oh my god, it's incredibly low. Penals will hopefully grab the fuel. That'll be a double VP cap for the Allies, maybe, if they can hold it. Punzfussleers might deny that. Again, why don't you satchel? Even this planes wants to know. It literally is like, I can't take life anymore with a penal squad that won't use the satchel. Oh, anyway, T-34 at least put some shots on target. This squad, Vet 3, 18 kills. Thank you. Wait, where's the Puma? Oh, it needs some heals. Unfortunately, this doesn't have the upgrades, so they have to rely on Stern Pioneers. Okay. Meanwhile, German forces did take mid, and they are trying to stop him from taking right. Will that be effective? If the Sport Gun gets a nice shot there, maybe. And Volk Squad moving on in to do some damage. Where's that Katyusha? Oh, it has yet to fire. Again. Oh, finally we get a satchel over here. Only took like 5 minutes. Anyway, Puma charging on in. Again, where are the PTS rifles? Penals are so good with those rifles. I don't understand why you don't get it. Because again, they can satchel the Puma and instantly kill it. T-34 being hit by that Puma from long range. Again, it's still alive. Throw a goddamn satchel. Or just retreat. That's fine. He's going to sacrifice that T-34 to kill it. Oh my god. Veteran, you're not acting like a veteran. I'll say that. Puma is still trying to get some nice shots. Katyusha now wide open for a Puma. Although he's not going for it. Instead, but the Katyusha is hitting a lot of CZ's forces, forcing him back. Ostwind hitting the infantry. And T-34 coming in to counter. Though for Kenwerfer's on standby to assist. Nice! Oh my god, lucky bounce. Puma as well going on in. There is a mine right there. If he takes a... No, he's hugging it. T-34 rushing in though. He actually has this kind of... Oh, he blocks him. Good shot. Now he just needs to bounce. I don't know what happened there, but it sounded like he was trying to ram. That did not work, and the Puma dropped smoke to get the heck out of there. I have no idea what that Cervic strike was on. Flanker, are you drunk right now? Are you a little drunk? Because that was, oh, he walks off the point before capping. That's funny. Oswin pushes forward. Again, get an AT gun. Jesus Christ. A Zis gun would help you guys so very much. Oh, good. AT grenade. That's a step in the right direction. Volk squad being suppressed by the Dushka, so at least we got something there. Oh, thank you. Satchel goes off, kills the medical. Again, Darth Obsidian, I don't know why you put it there. It was a bad spot to put it in, but at the very least, Veteran was able to kill it eventually for him. For you, hopefully you put the next one in your base. That would probably be a decent location. Also, Darth, you have yet to get another hit with your Stuka or any kills with your Stuka, and you've had that for what? At least 5 minutes? Come on, get some kills. There's a lot of Soviets. A lot of Soviets need to die. So, you know, I'm sure you could hit something. Meanwhile, Soviet forces, again, 7-man squads. So he is upgrading them at the very least, pushing forward. We still have we have an 85mm on the field. Okay. So Veteran decides, yeah, I'm going to get a better T-34. Stuka gets 2 kills. I don't know why or what happened, but it only got 2 kills. Okay. Meanwhile, T-34 going in for the Ostwind. Misses the shot. Puma going in. Remember, it can use a special if it needs to. Oh my god. It hit it. It got hit. Again, Petros rifles would be great. T-34 backing on up, though. Puma might go for another hit, or he might fall back. Second T-30-45 opening fire on the base. Verkanwerfer, not Verkanwerfer, Jesus. What is the Verkanwerfer? But Katusha hitting the Verkanwerfer. That's what I was trying to say. Almost decrewing it, but does knock out the support gun. At the very least, it forced it back to allow the T-30-45 to escape. So good coverage there. Allies did decap this region. So again, good job. At least it's stopping the Axis from getting resources. But they already grabbed everything, so it's just annoying for the Soviets at this point. I mean, for the Germans at this point. Oh my god. Puma going on in. Ah, yeah, immediately pulls back. It's like, nope, bad move. Should not have done that. T-34 on standby with, again, but more Soviets. Again, at least he has a lot of engineers, so at least he gets the heals in pretty quick. And at the very least, the Soviets have a ton of munitions. Flanker, 420 munitions. I mean, that's a pretty high number right there. I mean, it's just, yeah. I know it can be just hard to handle, but I think if you just think about it, and kind of get some strikes in, you can do a lot of damage with that. I was trying to go with the known wording, and then it just kind of fell flat. So unfortunate. My trip just came down. I was going up there, but eventually I just came down, no matter what I tried. Anyway, T-34 hopefully goes on into the Ostwind and tries to drive him back. Oh, they have 2 T-34s. Okay. I mean, one is 76, one is 85. Doesn't matter. It can at least drive back the Ostwind. He's another T-34 coming on in. Cervic strike. Oh god, plane crash almost into the German armor. We have a Jagd. All right. Sure, why not? Meanwhile, Jagdpanzer's not on the field, so at least he has something. T-34s might be overwhelmed at this point. Jagdpanzer, Ostwind, and a Puma. Yeah, they're going to need to fall back. Only if they had a magical device to fire armor-piercing rounds at the enemy from long range to keep them contained. Meanwhile, T-34 does manage to escape for Verkanwerfer driven back by the infantry. Second T-34 on standby, but Puma might go into long range. Bounces the shot, unfortunately. Alright, that was good, Stuka. Finally knocking out an infantry unit. So, good to see there. So, at the very least, the Stuka now has what? 8 kills. Alright, got 8 kills. Look, I'm joking with him, but his Panzerfusilier says a number of kills. And also his Puma's doing fantastic. Jagdpanzer pulling on back a lot. There's 5 T-34s on this map right now. Holy mackerel. Again, Ostwind killing the unit. T-34, come on. Oh wait, Puma's firing long-range shots. Yeah, he needs to pull back. Second T-34 coming on in. Jagdpanzer, though, moving on in with conscripts right there. Hopefully a T-grenade, maybe. Or, what? He's kind of moving on over. Not sure what he's doing. He's pulling back. Great maneuver, man. Look, I joke once again, but at the very least, allies are doing what they need to. They have a decent army size. They're holding the Axis back, and they're holding a majority of the VPs while also denying the Axis their own VPs. So again, good job. Now I will say the Axis are doing very well with their more limited capacity of fuel that they've had coming in. Again, even with the fuel coming in, they've been in the low 20s. Not incredibly great, since the allies have been a little bit higher, or at least a little more consistent with their fuel output. But at the very least, even with lighter vehicles such as the Puma and even the Jagdpanzer, because a lot of people try to go for the Panther, or even at this point, something even higher. But no, it's actually been at least holding its own. Now the allies absolutely have more armor, but the Puma, hopefully, being Vet 4, is able to continue to dish out damage and at least hold the allies back. So, and again, also give it where credit's due. The Kenwerfers have been very helpful at keeping them back. Puma hopefully gets another shot. Bounces off the T-34. This is where heat rounds come into play. Another bounce. I'm starting to feel... I'm starting to have Jagdtiger flashbacks here. Oh, there we go. There's the pen. Oswin coming in behind. Jagdpanzer as well. Up, coming on in. Oswin gets the kill in the T-34. Again, I say this once, say this again. Flak does damage to T-34s. Way more than most medium takes. The other T-34 falls back. But you kill one, more can take its place. There's 3 and 2. And again, some of those are 85mm. Plus, I hope maybe Punisher brings out a IS-2. That might be effective, especially for bouncing Puma rounds. Oh boy, that thick armor. Penal's grabbing the point on the left. Point mid is guarded by a lot of armor. T-34s will have to overwhelm them, which they can do. Plus, we have a P-47 strike. They could call it in, but they need to call it in on the enemy when he's not expecting it. Also, he didn't decap that for whatever reason. All right, looks like another Suka strike came in. Killed 2 of the 2 infantry models, but otherwise not much. All right, Panzer headquarters doing a decent job of guarding this area. Puma fighting on the infantry, needs to focus on the armor. And with the Panzer headquarters, they're getting some decent shots. Although a lot of T-34s are currently coming over here, along with the German armor. Again, focus on something, not everything. The T-34s are just blasting everywhere. They don't have a defined target. Puma, by the way, Vet 5. Hot dang, it's going to be firing a lot of shots very quickly. Oh my god. But, yeah, with all of its improvements, dear lord, it's going to be a hell of a thing to deal with. But, at the very least, Darth Obelsadon is still having a relatively low infantry count. Veteran Punisher also has a decent amount of manpower to deploy more units. It would be better if, he actually kept those alive as well. But, at the very least, he has something. Flanker probably has the large... No? Actually, CZ actually beats him barely. But he definitely has a large infantry army. Again, comparable to CZ. This, oh my god, the Puma just going in for those again, the hit and run strikes. Does miss the target though, and the T-34 does manage to get back to base. And remember, some of these are 76, some of these are 85. 85 has better guns and better armor. We have more mines going out, but as far as I know, hold on. Doesn't CZ have a minesweeper? Yes, he does. Okay, so he can detect the Soviet mines. So that's good. At least he's prepped and ready to go for that. Meanwhile, for Kenwerfer, try not to uncover. Conscripts being like, no, get back to base. So he'll grab this point, Soviets grab mid, and Penals grab left. That's a triple VP cap against the Axis. Not great. The good news is at least Darth Obelsadon does have a assault artillery that he can call up if needed. Also, great job with the Osman being up to Vet 3. Hot dang. So, good use there. Again, 25 kills, nothing to sneeze at. Meanwhile, flamethrower unit trying to hold back the Volk squad, but yeah, Volk squad's up to Vet 5 with over 20 kills. He'll at least he'll damage you, yeah, and force them to retreat. So, hopefully some additional forces can take the point. Meanwhile, we have a Oswin going on in. These T-34s need to kill this thing! I've never seen an Oswin so hard to kill, but Jesus, it's what happens when you... Finally, there's an AT gun on the field. Holy crap. For the Soviets, mind you. Soviets also deploying another AT gun. German infantry kind of hanging out mid. Stuka getting very close. Maybe hits the MG over here. But they need to do something right now. Once again, they're losing 3 BP points a tick. Stuka coming down. He gets up to vet 1 by hurting the armor, but not as much as I would have liked. We got fear propaganda coming down because of a certain officer, forcing the MG back, hopefully allowing them to take the point. Meanwhile, German forces slowly pushing on right. The Recadmorpher is probably the biggest concern for the armor. He's pulling another T-34, and Veteran is getting very close to an IS-2. He almost has the fuel for it. Right now, the manpower is his biggest obstacle. Puma still hanging out in the back. It's firing shots on target. The problem is having trouble penetrating that 85. Meanwhile, Oswin down to half health. T-34 might go for target. The question is, can he get the kill? Volk Squad right there. Panzerfaust most likely coming into his future. Oh, nope. Oh, yep, it did. It killed it, even though it got decrewed. So good job on the Puma there. Great satchel. Push back the Panzer Slayer while he was distracted. Again, as much as, look, some pro players can do it. A lot of players, they need to focus on certain areas. You divert their an army in half by the same player. He can't be in both places. It's going to be a shorter reaction, or a longer reaction time. So hopefully you get a lucky hit. T-34 going very close up. If he stops moving, he can literally point blank a vet. Yeah, I was going to say a vet 5, but very low health unit. Meanwhile, artillery does come on in, forces them back, and also retreats very low on health. Again, T-34. Look, they're losing T-34s, yes. And are they getting a lot of kills? No. The Axis have yet to really lose any armor, while the Allies, aka the Soviets, keep losing quite a bit. But that being said, we now have an IS-2 on the field, and Puma might have a little bit more difficulty penetrating. And actually, most of his stuff is dealing with Recadmorphers and support guns, which is not what he went. That's what he went. CZ went with a lot more support equipment by far. Also, good job with the Vet 4 MG. Jesus. A lot of, again, really high vetted units for the OKW. Good job there. Again, conscripts, also, let's give a shout out to them. They're also looking pretty great. 7-man squads at Vet 3. Veteran, best thing you have is your penal with 29 kills. Also, IS-2 on the field, getting some nice shots. Come on. Oh, misses the shot. Oh, okay, never mind. The first shot. I thought it got 2 models. I guess it did not. Stuka coming on in. Better shot. Up to Vet 2 now. Puma, Vet 5, having trouble penning. Oh my god. Double bounce. He's like, can I get a break? Again, that's why, like, heat rounds is so useful. Because at least... Oh, nice shot with the Puma straight through. Puma missed that. They need to grab some points fast. Oh. Nice grenade. Push back the Soviets while they take over the right. Allies might start sending in units to kind of lose. Again, he can move over some engineers to take the point if he wanted to. Or he can fire a point-blank Katusha. Now the question is, can he fire another round? Oh, so close to killing it. But he stopped him. He absolutely stopped him. Now move your penals over before it's too late. Or engineers going in to help the units. Puma very low on health, but it did work. They were able to slowly bring down the IS-2. Now the question is, can you stop that from being captured? And will the Allies win the game? Allies need to send over some forces. Jagdpanzer camouflaging itself to get assuming a first strike on some of these targets. Katusha up to 15 kills as well, so it's been a pretty... Oh, wow. You snuck up on him and you missed. Jagdpanzer, come on. Get your life together. You need to hold back the T-34s. There we go. That's some good hits. Meanwhile, Satchel blows up the Germans trying to decap the point and capture it for them. Also, with enough engineers, you're able to quickly cap the IS-2, which might be a huge problem and concern because now you have that monstrosity just fighting at will. But luckily, Panzerfaust coming on in does weaken its engine. Although it has trouble moving, the Puma has great maneuverability and hopefully can get some good shots on target with the Verkenber for providing support. Katusha very close to the front. Holy crap. Stuka, not really much in terms of front. Still firing shots, having trouble penning. Jagdpanzer as well as firing some shots on target. Dude, stop moving up the IS-2. It's super low. Come on. I mean, the Allies did hold mid, and they did take it. I get what you're trying to do. It's like, oh, maybe we can kill it and stop them. Also, really nice job with the artillery on both sides. Oh my god, the Vet 5 Panzerfusilier. Why? Puma does snipe, though, the IS-2, which should have honestly fallen back. I mean, like, look, I get you're trying to support, but dear lord, man. Right now, a quick cap on the right is a huge deal. Conscript could easily do that, or at least decap it so that way it slowly wears him down. Also, you have an IL-2 bomb strike. You can at least keep them at bay, or at least force them back. Oh my god. Anyway, T-34 could also cap the point if he wanted to. T-34s, though, again, 3 of them by flanker. And Katusha hitting mid. Oh my god! Point blanks and kills the unit. Also, another squad right there. Yeah, see, it's like, I'm not losing another Volk squad. Good luck, man. It's your Panzerfusilier squad at risk, not mine. Oswin trying to come in with support. 31 kills on it. Oh my god. Take the right. AT gun, very low on health. I have no idea why that's the case. And it instantly dies to a random Volk squad shooting it. Conscripts rushing on in, but even with an AT grenade on this, it's not going to do much. Penal squad's going to try to hold. Another satchel being thrown. Oh, thank god he realizes. That was a Vet 5 unit otherwise. Meanwhile, yeah, so Punisher has lost a good chunk of his armor. So that's the problem. They don't have the large waves to send in anymore. They need to take this right point. If they capture it, that would absolutely help. Also, Katusha, which, again, that's the second one he currently has, tried to shotgun approach. A little bit, he's a new Katusha. A little bit rusty. Even though that's really the player telling him where to shoot. But he didn't get the unit. But still, at least try it. T-34 falls back. Another one moves on in. Again, maybe kind of like a maneuver over on right. Stuka firing. Doesn't really hit all that much, unfortunately. So, unfortunately... Oh, King Tiger on the field. Alright, yeah, just deploy that. Sure. Anyway, T-34 is having to fall back. Oswind opening fire. Puma going in. Might go in for a deep strike if possible. Looks like he will make the attempt. Katusha, first great shot. T-34 coming on in to counter. But Puma falling back. T-34 misses. Puma using full speed in reverse. Oswin now hitting him. Still firing shots. Another missed shot. And with the Puma and the Oswin, plus Verkenwer for hiding in the back. Maybe even the Jagdpanzer. AKA a lot of Axis defenses. They're able to kill the T-34 before it even touches the Puma with a shot. So really good job there. Meanwhile, we still have some T-34s, but the Allies are definitely, aka the Soviets, are losing some steam. Now they push right with a lot of forces. Also, it's been booby-trapped in the meantime by the Obel-Sadan. Wait, it is the Obel-Sadan, right? I want to say, yeah, he booby-trapped. But the left side's been decapped, and middle is still under a good amount of Axis presence. So unless they get a great IL-2 bomb strike in, things are not going to look good. Veteran loses another T-34, gets an Su-85, which is going to have trouble reversing a very maneuverable Puma, if they can kind of keep holding. Oswin push back the infantry. Again, needs armor support. Allies so very close to winning this game. So very close. And if they drop the ball, that's their own fault. That's absolutely their own fault. Simply because of the fact that if the enemy's so low, dividing your forces and taking over an area, even just one could have easily captured that point. Even decapping it would have kept the Axis clock ticking against them, because then it's one allied point versus 0 Axis points. It would have definitely been a lot better off. But unfortunately, that is simply not the case, and it looks like the Axis have triple capped the Allies. Now, Allies have a ton of time. They have time on their side. And this is where I see a lot of issues with a lot of players. If the Allies can wait, I know this is hard to think about, but if they can wait and then send a large group of forces together in force with infantry support, they will be easily able to overwhelm the Axis. Now I say this because the Axis still have not at pop cap. They don't have a ton of infantry. At least frontline infantry, some of them. But you do piecemeal, then you get torn apart like left and right, and you don't really have much of a, great use. Also, Oswin Vet 5, Jesus. Puma being hit by a mine, I believe. And the Su-85 is trying to fire shots, but the Puma as well Nice shot, knocks out the AT gun. T-34 going in for the ramp. Finally, the IL-2 strike is being used. Oh my god. Finally, T-34 does die, but the rockets are coming on in. Gets the kill, and the plane crash almost hits the Su-85. Oh, T-34 trying to kill the Puma. Yep, no, gets snared. Puma backs on up. How many goddamn kills does this Puma have? 7 vehicles. Can we make it 8? Can we make it 8? Jesus Christ. I love it. Backs out, gets moves out of the smoke, gets a hit on target. Oh my god. Yeah, we have 1 T-34 left, ladies and gentlemen, and it's in enemy territory. Chance of survival, I'm gonna put at 0%. Austin, can you just do the play? Oh, okay. Never mind. Puma, of course, gets it. He's at 8 vehicle kills now. Oh my god. 6 vehicles, by the way, killed by the Ostwind. I'm assuming a lot of those are planes, but still, that's at least one of those has to be a T-34, I believe. So, yeah. The Axis cutting off really a lot of the Allied forces. Now, Darth is definitely down with his overall population, but at the very least, he has some very good units to cover him. While the Soviets might be able to guard left, they need to capture 2 others. This one, guarded by 3 units at the very least, plus additional armor and artillery on standby. Or just hitting a tree, that's fine too. I'm assuming hanging over here. Yep, there it goes. And the Soviets trying to push on in. But, again, they have to hit from multiple angles and use all their strikes and everything they've done together to push on in. Now, it looks like they might be able to... Hold on. Support gun driving them low. Nope, they won't take it. They're also trying to push right, but again, there's Dushkas over here and other defenses. Before there wasn't, but now the Germans have time to settle, so now they do. Katusha could point blank the MG, and it looks like it's going to do exactly that, up to Vet 5, but even that can't really stand the might of a Katusha. Luckily, doesn't lose any models. Hold on, I might have just jinxed it. Yep. Alright, there goes the last guy to move. Yeah, it's definitely going to bite it. But, like, that would have been good. Have the Katusha ready to go, so that way it fires against an MG. Then you can move up and take the point. It's like going in, like, rapid momentum. Like, everything taking in place, not one, then another, then another. That doesn't work. The French learned that very quickly in 1940. They learned it quickly because they lost. But the point of the matter is, it took so long to do an action that the Germans did 5 more actions in the time being. And while, yes, that definitely screwed the Germans in a lot of regard, against that threat, the French kind of screwed themselves. Or, I guess, Allied command, because it was a mixture of French and British that were kind of just lackadaisically just not sending a lot of orders back and forth. But both Soviet players need to do the exact same motions at the exact same time. Katusha hits the MG. Infantry moves in. Armor moves in. But no, we're getting these piecemeal efforts of like, you should try this, or maybe try this with a very small force. Of course it's not going to work. Ugh. Anyway, like this unit pushing on in. Well, great idea, but what is taking this going to do? It's going to capture the VP. Okay, but is this going to win you the game? Well, no, because A, the enemy could move on in. I only have 1 unit. There's no MGs guarding me. And finally, even if we capture the point, even if it was successful, you would still have a bunch of other stuff. Hits a mine, dies. Thank God. So 48 kills with the Ostwind. God damn, it's that and the Puma. I don't know. Leave down in the comments below. What do you think was better, the Puma or the Ostwind? Because that's going to be it. Although there is a Vet 5 for Cadwarf over here. MG as well. Volk squads. Podsvosalier. Yeah, what do you guys think was the best vetted unit? Just leave it down in the comments down below. It's either the Ostwind or the Puma. It's one of those two. But yeah, thank you, Darth Obosadan, for submitting this replay. Veteran Punisher got, well, they both did actually decently well. Punisher got very close to getting a positive KD, but alas, yeah. Darth got, it was actually lower than CZ. CZ did more damage and more kills. And while I love the Puma, CZ was being at least a little bit better, because while on the left-hand side, Darth Obosadan was trying, he was losing a little bit more territory, a lot more consistently. Then, at the very least, CZ, who at least tried to hold this area and tried to keep this under his control. Also, is like, again, he didn't lose a King Tiger. Like, again, at the very least, the armor he deployed, at least I believe the armor he deployed. Except for the Kubel. The Kubel was the only thing. But everything else died. He had so much fuel and stuff in reserve. He could have deployed stuff, but he relied on infantry, and that, for the most part, helped him out. I think a little bit more combined arms by the Soviets might have helped them win the game. But at least what CZ was doing with what the Soviets were throwing at him, it worked. And yeah, the Austrian got a ton of kills, a lot of good hits with his infantry and his support equipment. And same thing with Darth. That Puma, by God, Stuka could have been better. MGs and stuff like that could have been better. Some of the infantry could have survived, you know, as he only had 2. But, yeah, the Soviets, on the other hand, a lot of units thrown into the gutter that just got annihilated, like a lot of the T-34s. To put in perspective, we lost 8 T-34s by flanker, and we lost a total of, let's see, what, 4. Oh, okay, 3 died. But, like, again, that's a lot. That's 12 T-34s on the field. And essentially, they all died. Like, they all, like, didn't pan out. Where the Axis deployed what? A Puma, a Stuka, a Jagdpanzer, and a King Tiger. And the King Tiger died, but that was from an airstrike. So one positive T-34 actually did a lot of damage. But, like, overall, I'm actually curious. Was it a positive? Okay, actually did get some positive efficiency with them. But yeah, it's just like one of those things where it's like a lot of armor. I don't think it necessarily like played as well as probably it should have with so many. But yeah, the Soviets were so close to victory, but alas, just unable to get those final VPs. And again, I think a little more coordination on their part would really have helped. Puma just took advantage that this organization was able to get shots left and right. So really good job there. And again, AT guns. By God, AT guns to fire at range to really hold this stuff back. But that's going to be it. Also, Darth Sedan could have probably deployed a Jagd Tiger at this point. But again, especially versing all the armor, that's actually a time where I'm like, okay, maybe that would have been a little more viable. That way you sniped the T-34s coming on in left and right. But hey, what do you guys think? Leave it down in the comments down below. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before you guys go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey, G240, Anton, Bishara, Ion, Pyro Shark, Ace, Jakub, Ocwieja. Thank you guys so much for your amazing support. You guys rock. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.